Hey there YouTube, this is Parker from Team Shockwave, and today we're doing another match with the Primal Origin supports. This time we have Battlin Boxer versus the Evolsaur. For Evolsaur, was only one support, and that was Evo Singularity. It's basically a trap card that allows you to pick one Evolsaur and one Evoltile, and then automatically exceed summon to a Evolsaur Exceed monster. So you have your Doka, your Lagia, and Soka, I believe is the other one with the I believe is rank 5 or 6. So with Battling Boxer, there was a lot of new support for the Primal Origin, but the downside of it is that half of those supports are OCG's exclusive, and at this point right now, when I'm recording this match, we don't know if it's confirmed yet if Primal Origin will be coming up, if all those sets supports for Battling Boxer is coming to Primal Origin in here in TCG. But finger crossed with that and Gaga's sister and the Galaxy support. So Jared started out with his first turn in pretty good, you know, into Lagia the first turn, and then set a bunch of back rolls. He's pretty good position right here. I saw him warning his Evolsaur summon, but apparently he has the bribe. I'm not a big fan of it. If you guys wondering why he didn't play cards like Wiretap, at the time that we recorded this match, the Dragon of Legends set hasn't not came out yet. So, but we'll have more of the matches with those new cards later on this week or next. So I tried to summon my switch hitter. He's the wolf bark of the deck, and Jared saw that was a good idea just to negate that summon. So I was able to play Warrior Return to Life and get it back and do the and try to repeat it again. As luckily for me, I didn't have he didn't have the response to stop my Lee Yoke summon. With the new Exceed for Battling Boxer that came out, Battling Boxer Nova Caesar, Lee Yoke is still the better boss monster between the two. You know, it's nice to have another option for Battling Boxers to exceed some too. If you don't know Nova's effect, it's basically once returned you can attach a material to Nova from your hand or graveyard, and for each monster or for each material attached to him, he gained 100 attack. And when this card is sent to the graveyard, you're able to special summon as many Battling Boxer from your graveyard to the field, depending on the materials of monsters that was attached to Nova. So that was a pretty interesting card to go into. So as you can see, we kind of use a lot of our resources to get rid of our boss monsters. So at this point right now, Jared's gonna play his Evo Diversity. It's basically the roller of the deck. It allows him to get one Evoltile or Evolsaur from the deck and add to his hand. So he's gonna get the level 5 monster. So, and he's gonna tribute his face down Dejano to allow him to special normal summon that monster. And with Dejano's effect, is basically when it's tribute, you're able to special summon a Evolsaur from your deck, and since he Evolsaured, special summon the I think it's called Volcano, the Evolsaur. When he's special summoned by an Evoltile's effect, he's able to special summon a Evolsaur from his graveyard to the field, and this is allow him to get for this instant access to his Evolsaur Exceed monster. I'm surprised he Exceed for Lagia. If he's gonna play it safe, he could have just gone for Doka instead, but you know, but if he was gonna go for Lagia, he should have just attack and then go for Lagia. But at that point, he could have end this duel right here if he did that way. So I noticed on Mask Chameleon. Mask Chameleon is very good in this deck. I like that I have 5 targets to use it for Mask Chameleon's effect. You know, 3 Glass Straws and 2 Photon Thrashers. So it's very helpful when to go into my Synchro toolbox here. So I want to play it safe and go for the Stardust, and you know, knowing Jared, he does play D prison. You saw that earlier when he got rid of my lead yoke. But from what I understand, usually people play only 2 D prison if they were ever playing D prison. So he's gonna play Evil Diversity again and get a Evil Tile monster. I believe the fact is that when it's normal summon, you're able to send a Evil Tile to the Evolsaur from the deck to the graveyard, and if this card is flipped face up, you're able to special summon a Evolsaur to the grave from the deck to the field. And I think he's trying to set up for his next play, and which is pretty good in this part. So I top decked the Rhoda. You know, what my face down card was the new trap card for the Battlin Boxer called Jolt Counter. Jolt Counter is basically a counter trap that allows me to negate monsters' effect, spell, and trap during my battle phase if I control a Battlin Boxer. And I really did not want him to activate his effect so he can set up for next turn. So I thought this is the best time to Exceed Summon to Nova Caesar. I mean, I really like the card. It's a very fun card to play. Even though I still think that Lead Yoke is the better card. But you know, it's still nice to have another option to Exceed Summon to Battlin Boxer. Because a lot of these Battlin Boxer monsters have the restrictive, if you activate their effect, you must Exceed Summon to a Battlin Boxer and no other Exceed monster. So I negate Jared's Evil Tiles effect with my Jolt Counter. It was the best time to activate it. You know, like I said before, I only can activate Jolt Counter during the battle phase, so there's not really much option to do from there. And especially with Stardust Dragon on the field, I shouldn't be worrying much about his back row. So that's gonna be pretty much it for game 1. Jared's gonna draw and he's gonna scoop for and move on to game 2. So Jared's gonna start off first, and he's gonna play defensively. You know, set a monster and a couple of back rolls, and from there he's gonna just end his turn. So I started my turn by blind MST, and I hit pretty good with the bottomless trap hole. The reason why I'm doing it because I'm going aggressively right now, and especially with the Thrasher and now normally summon the headgear. So I used headgear's effect to send the counter punch to the grave. I really want to send that card to the graveyard as soon as possible. It's very annoying to have in your hand. You know, it's a level 3 monster, and it doesn't exceed to anything that I want. So, but unfortunately, Jared decided to enemy control and take control of my Thrasher, and special summoning his own Evolsaur from the deck thanks to Dejanos. So he's gonna go for that Exceed Summon to Lagia. I'm going to try to stop it with my Book of Moon, but unfortunately he has the response by playing Dark Bribe. That card is getting really annoying now. This is like the second time he prevented me from stopping his Exceed Summon. So he's gonna go in for the attack to my Thrasher. At this point right now, I can't get over his Lagia with the counter punch in the grave. So I'm trying to bait out his Lagia's effect by using any means necessary. I was surprised that he negated my MST, but now I can see why. He saw my play coming using my counter punch. If he was allow me to summon another Battlin Boxer with a higher attack. So I top deck a Glass Jaw, and I was able to attack him directly, giving him a little more lead in the game right now. He set down a face down and just end his turn. I attacked it, and it was a Deshano. Deshano actually is a very defensive monster, 2000 defense. So he's gonna blind MST to my Jolt Counter, and then he actually activated the card he drew was Evil Force. So Evil Force allowed him to special summon a Evolsaur monster from his deck, and he's gonna do that with Volcano. Volcano is gonna allow him to bring an Evolsaur from his graveyard to the field, and now with Deshano's effect, he's gonna allow him to special summon the Volcano again and repeat the process. And it doesn't look good to me. It never looks good when you have 4 Evolsaur monsters on the field. So he's gonna go for Doka and Lagia. Interesting choice of going to Doka first before Lagia. So I think that Jared was scared since if I was not able to stop any of those Evolsaur that summoned, I don't think he was scared to exceed some to Doka first then Lagia. So I took damage and I'm special summoning my Battling Boxer Bailout. Bailout's effect works like Tragodia. You know, if you take damage, you're able to special summon him, and if you do, the damage you take will be increased in your life points, so you basically lose nothing. It's a very interesting card. I think there's more use to him than just Battling Boxer. I'm not surprised if I see him a lot more plays during the in the format in other decks besides Battling Boxers. So it's I'm starting out first, and I'm starting out with Headgear again and trying to dump that cross punch as soon as possible. So he's gonna normal summon his Evolsaur monster that allow him to dump a Evolsaur from his graveyard. This was very interesting to see him start out with this. He decided to attack my Headgear since my Headgear's attack is 1000 and he's just 1200. You know, I don't think it's worth using my counter punch to get rid of his monster. You know, I thought we can just save that later for the boss monster if he was able to get it later out this turn. So he was able to evil force his Evoltile to get out the Evolsaur monster that's worked like Bistori, Clatter Beast Bistori. So I didn't think it was worth activating the Trantor Tribute because he only had one monster, and with that I will lose my own monster, so I'm basically minusing myself. So this is why he actually started his turn by milling the Evolsaurs from his deck, is because he had the trap card called Evil Singularity. Again, it targets one Evoltile and one Evolsaur from your graveyard to automatically exceed summon to a Evolsaur Exceed monster. I was fortunate enough to have the Book of Moons to force him use his effect, and from here I exceed summon to 101 and take control of his Lagia and then attack over his Evolsaur that was on the field, giving him no chance of exceeding throughout the next turn. From here I'm gonna go aggressive. There's not really much you can do at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the match. This is a great tutorial to learn what you guys expecting from the Primal Origin release. This is Parker from Team Shockwave, signing out.